Hello and welcome to a brand new YouTube vlog. I wanted to sit down this week and record a video of just my life living in the Irish countryside. We moved here last summer from Dublin after having it as a dream on our list for a really long time, just being able to move somewhere with more space, a big garden, just peace and quiet, living in a lot of nature. We absolutely love it. I still can't believe that we get to live here. We were very nervous because we were moving away from our family, from our friends. We're an hour away from Dublin where we both grew up. It's just been the best decision, and I wanted to show you a bit of behind the scenes of what it's like living here, my daily life, my routines, my wellness, cooking. I also hope if you maybe have a dream or something that's a bit different to what everybody else is doing and you're feeling a bit like, oh, I just don't know if I'm going to do it, that me showing you this behind the scenes for us and what it was like following our desires and our dreams, that you will also follow yours, because it can be scary doing something different, but I think it's so important to follow your own intuition and your own inner guidance system for your life and what you really want to do. So it is Tuesday after a bank holiday Monday. I'm actually raging. Last week we had the nicest weather and this week it's meant to be shit all week. It's meant to be rain. But my plan for the morning is I'm going to go out for my walk before I start work. We have this lovely loop around us. It's about 6 kilometers. So I bring Ted, one of our dogs, with me. And then I work from home today. I will take you with me and we'll just have a really nice week together. I have to say, I woke up today, my brain is so calm. I don't know what, I was sitting having my coffee this morning. I was like, God, my brain is so quiet. I feel really calm. I have been really on my meditation game the last few days. I meditated this morning and I meditated last night, really consistently over the last few days, and I can just feel such a difference in my energy. My brain, it's not full of chatter, it's just really kind of present and quiet, which is so nice. I love when that happens, you know, when you get back into your routines and your rituals and then you start to notice the difference. And now I'm like, I'm going to keep doing my meditations. One of my intentions at the moment as well is to get ready more. As I said, I work from home most days of the week. I do try and get out one full day. I'll go to Dublin or I'll go to a coffee shop or somewhere to work, but I definitely fall into a rut of not getting dressed. Like I might wear just really comfy clothes, like a gym jumper and leggings. It makes me feel a bit shit. My energy gets a little bit ugh. So my intention for this week is I want to get up and I want to get ready every day, just feel good in myself, because I definitely think that it changes how you feel if you put something nice on or make the effort to wear some makeup. So that is one of my intentions every single day. I listened to this podcast. There was a girl on Mel Robbins, and the question she said to ask yourself every day if you struggle with what to wear is not what should I wear today, but it's how do I want to feel. So you choose like 2 or 3 words that you want to feel today. So whether it's comfortable, put together, chic, confident, whatever your words are, and then you use those words, that energy, to help you choose your outfit. And it really helps because it helps you think differently. Instead of being like, oh, what should I wear today? You just kind of go by how something will make you feel. So I'm also doing that and I find it really helpful. And I ordered myself a whole new makeup bag. I haven't ordered new makeup for myself in so long, but I went on and rated Sculpted by Amy, so I got new foundation, a new blush and mascara and stuff. So I can't wait for that to be part of my ritual in the mornings. New makeup. How do I want to feel today? Choosing my outfit and just feeling like my higher self, feeling better in myself. I really hope you enjoy, and let's go for our walk. Make myself an iced coffee, and I feel I have perfected the method to making the best iced coffee. So I'm going to show you. You're going to get your glass and you're going to start with your shot of coffee. Then you're going to add your sweetener. So I use a bit of raw honey, just like less than half a teaspoon. And if you can get local raw honey from where you live, it's really good for your hay fever. A drizzle of, like, that's how much I put in because it's quite strong. And then when you mix it with the coffee, the heat melts the honey, so it kind of blends together much nicer. Then I add my milk. So I use the Root Health almond. This doesn't taste like almond, it tastes way more like an oat milk. And it does have a lot of oats in it, but it's not, sometimes I find with oat milk, it can be quite thick and not sugary, but just a bit heavy. This is so delicious. I get it in Super Value. So I pour that in maybe to like here. I grab my whisk. I'm using my Horology blender that I use for my supplements, and I just whirl it all together. And it's so delicious. I actually got these cups from Amazon. They come with Ted's trying to kill something in the background. I got these cups from Amazon. They come with a lid, so if you're traveling or whatever, you can pop it on. And there we go. Hello vlog. So I am just about to do my Pilates session. Oh, let me move you down a bit. My Pilates session for today. I started doing Pilates by Bryony summer challenge. I'm on week 4. And I would have never been into Pilates that much before. I've always been a strength training girl. But I have also realised in the last a few years especially that I just haven't really felt that good in myself. Like no matter how much I eat well, even if I'm doing my walks, like I'm sleeping and stuff, my body always feels inflamed and kind of just puffy, and I just don't feel that good in myself. And I noticed when I was going to do my strength training, I just was dreading it. I didn't have much energy, and afterwards I would be dead. Like I just don't have the energy I did when I was younger. So I decided to do the Pilates challenge just to give my body a break and see if it helped. Let me tell you, I have never felt so good in my body. My core is so strong. I feel so much less inflamed. I have energy when I finish doing the Pilates sessions. I have endometriosis and I definitely struggle with inflammation, and I'm just not able to manage high intensity stuff. It's so good. You just feel so regulated. My core feels so strong. Like I'm standing differently. Actually, she has free YouTube Pilates if you want to give it a try. I'll leave it underneath in the description for you. So that is what I'm going to do, and I'll chat to you in a bit.
If you want to also add it in the ring, you can do so. Taking a moment to really arrive into the space around you. Good, guys.
It is a good few hours later and I have just been working away at my laptop. We have our monthly ritual tonight in Higher Self. So it is a live session we do at the start of every month, because I feel like it is such a good time to set intentions for yourself, to check in with how your month went. So like what went well in May, what didn't go well, what you want to focus on. Because what happens is we can really just go on to autopilot in life, and you might have all these goals or dreams and things you want to create, and you might be feeling really stuck and like, oh, I just can't seem to get anywhere. I don't know why. But a lot of the time it's because our old thought patterns, our old loops inside of our brain are on repeat. So those old, oh, it's never going to happen for me, I'm not good enough, I'm stuck, they are repeating in our life and we're not aware of them. We're just kind of going through the motions. But in order for us to create any change, we have to pause, we have to get present, we have to get off autopilot and notice what's coming up for us, the actions we're taking and not taking, the thoughts that we're having, and what we need to do differently to create something different. Because we're essentially always creating. Like we're creating with our thoughts, our actions, our beliefs, our energy every second of every day. So the idea of a monthly ritual or a check-in with yourself is just for you to come back off autopilot and be like, okay, am I just in old habits and old patterns? Am I really showing up differently? Am I being aware of my thoughts? Am I taking action to move towards things? I find so often that there's actions that I know that I could be taking, but I'm either just talking myself out of them, or I'm just like, oh, I'll do that next week, or that's a stupid idea, especially when I'm just kind of going through the motions of life. So the best thing you can do for yourself is just pause and have a reset every month and just look at your month and decide what you want for your next month. It is the core of deliberately creating your life. So that's what we do together tonight. And we bring like a Prosecco or a tea or a coffee, or I might make myself a nice cacao, and we just get together and do it as a group, which is really nice. You can also do a free trial of Higher Self. It's our membership, and test out all of our meditations and come to one of my live sessions and see what it's like. So I'll leave that in the description if you fancy giving it a go. So our food shop just arrived. So I said I would show you what I get in, why is this gimbal thing keeps going that way. So I said I'd show you what we get in our weekly food shop. This is all kind of the meat, so I always get plain salmon fillets. Then I get the prawn pill. I love these, as you can see, so I get a good few of them. Then I get turkey mince because I either make a bolognese with lentils or I make a chili with like kidney beans or something, and it's delicious. Then Gavin must order those garlic breads. And then I get this yogurt, the Skyr yogurt. This is so high in protein. It's such a good snack to have, or for breakfast, or even lunch, like if you're stuck for food. Then I got some mozzarella. These garlic dips are so delicious. And then if you shop in Dunnes, these pizzas are insane. I always get the goat's cheese, and then Gav gets the pepperoni, but that's what the garlic dip is for. We always have this as like a little treat one of the nights. And then I have some veg, so I always get broccoli, mango for like a salmon bowl or a prawn bowl, loads of peppers, cucumber, and then the tomato I love to slice and then use that mozzarella and put a bit of balsamic on top. And then over here I was panicking because he was like putting all the stuff at the door and I was trying to just fuck it on the countertop and then get back. So I get these seasonings from Dunnes. I get the chili, 2 of those, and the taco seasoning. So that's what I use the turkey mince for. And you can actually put it into like a taco bowl, or you could do the shells. So they are delish. And then I always get a good few tins of lentils, chickpeas. I have these most days for my breakfast. Chopped tomatoes. This is the bolognese sauce that I use. Delicious. And a really healthy one. It's not actually full of crap. And then I love this sticky jasmine rice, especially if you're short for time or you're bringing lunch into work. And then Gav loves the Mexican style. That is his pasta. I do like pasta, but I actually prefer, I get this pasta in Tesco. It's a red lentil one, which is really nice. And then popcorn, and I get these Narn biscuits and coffee, because I do like to have normal coffee, but only 1, max 2 a day, so I end up having decaf instead. So that is our grocery shop. I don't know what we're going to have for dinner today because I'm working Gav's on dinner, so I bet I would put money on it that he'll do the pizzas because they're so easy. So I will show you what we have later. Vlog. It is the following day. I didn't pick up the camera yesterday again because I didn't finish work until 10 and then had to have dinner and then just went to bed, and then I took it really easy this morning. I went out for my walk and just floated around and did a few work bits, but I just got a delivery. I can't remember if I was saying to you yesterday that I kind of like my, Operation Higher Self, where I'm like really putting more effort into my clothes and just my day-to-day stuff. I find it's really easy to fall into the trap of just wearing like tracksuits all the time and not bothering to put makeup on. So I ordered myself a load of Sculpted by Amy new makeup because I used to love doing my makeup, and naturally because I go out less, like I don't really go on a huge amount of nights out anymore, and because I'm working from home I just don't wear that much makeup, but I love it. So I was like, do you know what, I'm going to get myself new bits and it might get me a bit kind of excited to put on some makeup during the day, and I think that kind of thing just changes your energy so much as well. So it arrived earlier on and I'm just playing around with it. I got a few things I'll show you. I got the Cream Cushion foundation. This is their new one. My only thing with this is I have very oily skin, so I don't know if it's going to suit. Like I had to put truckloads of powder on my face, but it seems gorgeous. Like the consistency is, it's like this, like it's literally a cushion, and like you squeeze this thing and the foundation's in underneath. So I got that foundation. Then I got the Bare Basics palette in Peony, it's called. So it kind of has everything in one, which I really like. I have this one that I've used to death. It's the Pippa palette from Blank Canvas. Honestly, I got this years ago, but I really like using these eyeshadows for my eyes. So this is my new replacement. Then I got my mascara in brown. Brown is so nice if you have blue eyes. Then I got her Line and Shine in mocha, which looks really nice on sculpted by Amy herself. So I said, why not? And then I got this brush, and I got another one. This is her Jewel foundation brush. And is that it? Yeah, then I already have some of her other makeup. So I just wanted to get some new things to kind of get me a bit excited to do my foundation and just make an effort day to day. I also love, if you were into kind of Irish brands, one of my favourite foundations, this is probably my favourite, is the Skin Tuition by Poco Beauty. Unbelievable. Like, it's so good. My mom, I have her using it. And I think everyone who tries it loves it. So that is what I'm doing. I'm just playing around, doing some makeup, and yeah, I just thought I'd come on and have a catch up. On my walk earlier on, sometimes when I'm on my walk, I will listen to music, like kind of just relaxing music, a podcast or nothing. But today I was thinking I must share this with them when I get back. But today I re-listened to, last year I did an Akashic Records reading. And I don't know if any of you know what an Akashic Records reading is, but it's not like a fortune teller or anything. Akashic Records, it's basically where the reader is able to tune into your higher self. So your consciousness, the patterns and the themes and the energy that's unfolding in your life. And I'm a science girl, right? But I 100% believe in something so much bigger than us. Like, I have no shadow of a doubt. I think from nursing and just spending a lot of time with people in the end of their life, and just from my own spirituality, like 100% believe in it. And this reading that I had done was the most insane experience. The shit that she told me was so spot on, and like, she couldn't have known. It wasn't even something that she would have been able to Google. Just about like my work and what I was doing and my family and my health and stuff that was coming up for me. It was just insane. And she basically, it's like an hour and a half, so you can, in a reading, send questions. So I sent in, I think, 5 or 6 questions, and she then sends you a recording, so you have it to keep. So every few months I like to re-listen to it, because I think that depending on where we are in our life, things land differently as well. Do you ever read a book and then you read it again like 6 months later and you're like, oh, I actually didn't even pick that up the first time I read this? So I was re-listening to it today, and so much of the stuff that she said in it had happened, like down to like my brand highest self and things with my health and just the way things are unfolding, and even like the energetics of my life right now. I was like, how do you know this? But it was so cool to listen to. And one of the things that came up from it a lot, and one of the reasons that I do this work, is the thing that changed my life the most, and the reason that I wanted to teach inner work and I have a brand called Highest Self, is when I discovered years ago, when I was trying to create change in my life, that I have an intuition, and that the voice in my head that constantly tells me I'm not good enough, it's not possible for me, it's never going to happen, they could do that but I couldn't, that voice is not me. That voice is my fear. It's like this learned program, and I actually am much bigger than that. That's not who I am. That's not the truth for my life. I have an intuition. I have a higher self, and that part of me is always trying to show me the way. And sometimes we hear of intuition and it's spoken about like this sixth sense that only some people have, and you might be lucky if you hear your intuition once in a while, or it just randomly drops in. But that's not what it is. Your intuition is available to you in every single moment of your life. The problem is, for so many of us, our fear and our mind is so loud that we can't hear it, or we don't know what it sounds like. We have so much lack of trust in ourselves and our own inner guidance system that it could be speaking to us all the time, but we're not able to tune into it and hear what it's saying. So it was such a reminder of the power of that bit of discovery for your life. If you are feeling stuck in any way, if you are trying to create something, if you are feeling like your life is just out of alignment, you know you're not where you want to be or where you're meant to be, but you don't know how to get there, you can't pinpoint what's missing, connecting to your intuition, who you really are deep down underneath all of that fear and the noise of your mind, it's going to be the thing that allows you to completely change your life. I consider myself, like, I'm very connected to my intuition, but purely because I have done years of meditating and I really know what it sounds like, and I also have to teach it, so I need to be able to tangibly explain it and understand it myself. But I think especially for women, like, we are so intuitive, every single one of us. Even if you're watching this and you're like, I don't know what my intuition sounds like, you are so intuitive. Your intuition is always trying to speak to you. And I see my intuition as coming from my higher self, which is like the bigger part of me that's connected to everything. We are consciousness. We are not this voice inside of our head. And my intuition is always able to show me the next step that is right for my life. So it probably wouldn't be right for anybody else's life, and it might not make sense to my mind in the moment. But when I follow it, it aligns my life in a way that's right for me. It could be that I have specific blocks around something, or something keeps happening. My intuition will guide me down my path of least resistance. So it's like this part of me has a bird's eye view of my life, and when I'm able to connect with it and follow it, it's able to guide me towards the things that I want in the easiest way possible for me. Whereas when I'm trying to logically create my life and be like, okay, if I do this and then I do this and then I do this, I'll eventually get there, I'm not getting anywhere as far or as big or aligned as my intuition is going to show me. And I just think it's such an incredible part of self-development, and that self-discovery is really learning to tune into it. So yeah, I don't know, that was just kind of the theme of my walk this morning, kind of higher self and really tuning into that higher part of you, which I think that we all have. And sometimes I even explain to people, I'm not going to be able to do this and talk. I even explain to people that when I say higher self, it can seem like this really woo term, but it's actually not. Your higher self is basically when your nervous system is regulated, right? You're not in fear, you're not chronically stressed. All parts of your brain are switched on. So your intuition, the part of your brain that allows you to think things through, to analyze things, to get new ideas, your full self is switched on. You're amazing. Your brain is insanely powerful, what it can do, what it can show you how to get towards. But for so many of us, our fear is so loud and we spend so much of our time so stressed that we don't have access to those parts of us. And that's the only thing that's missing. That is why the inner work, the meditations, the exercise, the journaling, it switches back on the parts of you, your power inside of you, to help you move forward in your life. And we can all do it. We can really all do it. I remember back when I started this, I was in a place in my life where I felt so lost and I felt like I was so far from where I wanted to be. And it was that self-discovery and that self-trust and reconnecting with my intuition and following it bit by bit that finally led me down a completely new path instead of the same loop over and over again. So if you're feeling a bit stuck, know that you absolutely can move forward. You have an intuition. All it takes is one decision to start tuning into your inner world, looking after, clearing all that noise, and then you really can move forward. So just in case you needed that reminder. I don't really have any other plans for the day. It is lashing rain and today is Wednesday, so it's normally me and Gav sit down and just completely chill. We actually really want to watch Jeremy Clarkson's Farm is back. I don't know if any of you guys watch it, but when we moved here we started watching it, and then we were really interested in like how kind of all this farm and shit works and all the animals and stuff. So it's back tonight, and Love Island actually is back, so we're going to sit down and watch some TV. And then tomorrow I'm going to get my hair done. I'm going to get it chopped. It is looking so raggedy. I have so many split ends, and I will be working and stuff. So I may end this vlog today and then start a new one over the weekend. I will see, but yeah, either way I'll chat to you in a bit.